Hi, what's going on? How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. Well, I've been meaning to do this video for a long time, but I've been putting it off because I've been waiting to get an arcade stick. But I just said heck with it. I've been watching MAS Mass Systems website. They got the Neo Geo arcade sticks, right? Well, the only one that they got posted is the Stingray arcade stick. It's blue Stingray. Well, I wanted the red one, and it's been out of stock for about a year. So finally, I just said forget it. I'll just make the video anyway. So, all right. So what we have here is my Neo Geo collection. Neo Geo. I've been saving this for last. I don't collect stuff just to collect stuff. Like, I don't collect games if I don't plan on playing them. I don't collect stuff just to say I have it. If I get it, I get it for a legitimate reason. I plan on using it. I enjoy it, and this and that and the other. So first we'll talk about the AES. The Neo Geo AES. This here is it's basically a Neo Geo arcade system, but the home version. It took the arcade guts and parts and brought it home. For consumers. It was very expensive, about $600-700 when release. Said you need a set of balls to play one of these. It was competing with the Super Nintendo and all those at the time, but this is a 26-bit system. Graphics blow anything away at the time. It was kicking 16-bit systems butt, you know. I wanted to get this console for the longest time, but there was a stigmatism to it. There was a problem with it. I didn't ever want to get it. I always thought that it was expensive to buy for. These, due to the AES, AES stands for, I believe, is Advanced Entertainment System. The AES Games, these like, say, Magician Lord here, they're very expensive. Like when this came out, the console itself was like $700, and the games themselves are like $200 each, because these are real arcade games. These are like these are the real arcade game. If you go to a local store and play the arcade version, it's the same version that's in this cart. I mean, the difference between Super Nintendo and all those at the time was you're playing ports, dumbed down ports of arcade games, but with the AES, you're actually playing the real arcade game. So the games were very expensive. So I've been putting off buying it for the longest time because I thought it was expensive to buy for. But so I only got a few games for it at first. I got Fatal Fury Special, which I remember playing this on Sega CD, and it was so slow and all that. But not this one. This one's souped up. See the inside there, it's like it makes me think of the Disney VHS tape cassettes, how they were packaged back in the day with big plastic, but very nice packaging and everything else. And you still might be wondering, well, if the games are so expensive, why'd you buy it? I'll get to that. Might as well get to it right now. As it turns out, some of the games, say like NAM 75, you can get that for $75. This one here you can get about $70. Magician Lord, you can get that for about $60. You know, $30 sometimes even pops up cheaper. You know, it depends whether it's got a case or not. A lot of the cases are so artistic and beautiful. People, that's where the money's at. It's the cases and stuff. But over time, I realized, well, I'm just gonna buy. When I saw this one pop up, I had to get it, because this is not no ordinary Neo Geo AES. This is HD modified. It has S-Video. It has HD component out, which is the best color. Yeah. It don't upscale to HD or nothing, but it does. The red, blue, and green, everybody knows, is the purest color separation, so it has the best picture quality. Plus S-Video is the best picture quality. But this system here one-ups that even further. It has advanced BIOS installed into it, so it makes the console region free. I can change the region outlook on that game any way I want. Japanese uncensored, or I can make it PAL. But even better is this version of Neo Geo has cheat database built in. So each game I could cheat with it. I can have infinite health and unlimited ammo and all that. So I had to get the Neo Geo. And I recommend it if you go to eBay or anywhere. Look up the Neo store. And buddy, you won't regret it. This is a good console. So before we get to those back there, I was like, alright, so I got the best version of the Neo Geo. Well, still, the games were expensive for this, so I thought, well, we'll just get a Neo Geo CD. And back in the day, Neo Geo CD came out because everybody knew that the cartridges were so costly to make and so costly, they came out with the Neo Geo CD console. Well, Neo Geo CD got most of the ports from these. It was actual real arcade ports just put on the CD. And then a large library of the CD games came to the Neo Geo CD. So it's the same games, it's just put in CD format. But there was one drawback. The console was cheaper and all that, but it had a 2x, which two-speed CD-ROM drive, which made the load times very slow. I'm only talking about some games took up to 2 to 4 minutes to load a fight between fights. So you might be asking, well, why'd you buy it then? Why'd you get it? Well, I'm patient. Number one, I can handle waiting, and I figure, well, the best of both worlds. I figure for the cheap games I can get on here, like NAM 75 and stuff like that, and then the most expensive games, like Metal Slug and stuff like that, that cost like $1,200. I mean, thousands of dollars for Metal Slugs. On here, you get Metal Slug 1 and 2 on here for under $200. So you get that version. You still have the same Metal Slug, but it's still the Neo Geo hardware. The same game, it's just in CD format. But that's not the only reason why I bought this. This too is modified to have the HD output and the S video. But this one here, although it doesn't have the cheat codes and stuff like that that has, this has a region switch, which will let me switch any Japanese game. It'll turn it to English. Ta-da, presto, changeo. So that was awesome. So I bought this, and I was like, I'm so excited to get it. Well, then I started researching its brother, its upgrade. It's called the Neo Geo CDZ. This thing is super rare, very expensive. Good luck finding one, and if you do find one, chances are it probably don't work. But I found this one. But first, let me talk about this one. When I did get this one, it didn't work. It didn't work. I fixed it. As it turns out, this had the same problem my Jaguar CD had. When I bought it, most people are used to pushing down a CD to let it click on this. These, you just lay the CD on there like Sega CD does. You just lay it on there, right? Well, I guess whoever had this before me pushed down on it, and what happened was it wouldn't spin the discs. It was stuck because this little, I don't know if you can see, this little cog right here was pushed down. This little cog right here was pushed down and stuck, and it wouldn't spin the disc. I had the same problem with my Jaguar CD. It was advertised as a brand new guitar Jaguar CD, and I got it, and it wouldn't spin discs. Well, I took a butter knife, put it in there, popped that cog up, boom, spun like new. And I knew that was the same problem with this, and I fixed it myself. Boom, works like new now. So, yeah, it's not the first time someone tried to sell me something, say it was new and it was garbage, and I fixed. Same with Sega CD. I got a Sega CD in the mail. They said it was like new, worked, and it didn't work at all. I took it apart, and it turned out one of the plug-ins on the inside, the ribbon was disconnected, so I connected the ribbon and it worked. Alright, well, back onto the CDZ story. This improves the load times of this. This was the upgrade that was supposed to surpass this. But over time, this one had a problem of overheating because the parts were so compact to each other, it would overheat and stuff like that. Well, I fixed that problem with mine. Mine don't have that problem. Mine don't reset. Mine works flawlessly. I've tested out. Load times are much faster. Has more RAM, so it makes it load faster. You know what I did? I recommend if you have one of these. See all these little vents underneath here? Well, they're kind of suffocated. You know what I mean? So what you do is you take a laptop fan, put it underneath it, plug that sucker in, and whenever anytime you play this, it blows air in there, it circulates, it keeps it cool. Durr. Nobody ever thought to do that back then. No one had laptops. But anyway, I do that with PS3 and 360 also. I put laptop fans underneath them so they don't overheat. Makes them live a lot longer. Also, so got this bundled with all these games. Cost a pretty freaking penny. I'm talking lots of money. But let me tell you what I got with it. I got let's see, 51 CDs that come with this. 51 games, and they're all legitimate. They're all mint condition. They're all brand new in their sleeves, in very good condition. Most of them never been opened. Check out the link description box down below, and I'll tell you all the games that I have for it. It would take forever to go through all these. But there was a problem. The problem was, look, they're all Japanese, right? They're all Japanese. Well, it's a good thing I got this, because it converts them to American. The main reason why I got it, because it came with all the Samurai Showdowns, all the King of Fighters. It came with all of the Metal Slug 1 and 2. Even had some super rare stuff like Neo Turf Masters. This guy was selling this thing. Oh, it has Neo Turf Masters. It's super rare, super rare. Well, if anybody wants to buy that from me, send me a link and you can get it. It's very expensive. Neo Turf Masters for the Japanese version sells for like $200. I got the American version, which never pops up for sale, and the American version for the AES sells for thousands and thousands of dollars. So if you want the Neo Turf Masters for Neo Geo CD, send me a message. Let me know how much you want to pay for it, and I might even sell it to you. But it's going to be more than $200 because it's the rare American one. It's a great arcade. What is it? Golf game, but it just came bundled with it, and I didn't really care about that. I mean, I'm a collector for games I like. If I don't like it, I don't care. I'll sell it. I mean, but it's going to be it's going to be sold for the value of how much it's worth. It also came with some cool stuff like the King of Fighters '96 collection music soundtrack and stuff. It's got some good songs on there. Oh, anyway. Alright, so let's go back in track. Let's go back in time. Let's backtrack a little bit more, brother. Alright, so while I was initially investigating and researching the Neo Geo AES, I realized it was a real arcade machine. And people had came out with converters that would convert the actual arcade cabinet game to the AES. There was like the Phantom 1, the Phantom 2, and another one. But each one of the converters would have problems. Like one of them would glitch up games. Only some games are compatible and stuff. So I was holding off. I wasn't going to buy a converter yet. Well, it just so happens here recently, a new converter came out that combines all the converters together, and every game is flawless and works perfectly, and it's called the Daedalus Limited Edition Converter. And what this sucker does, I'm going to show you. This little cartridge right here. This little cartridge right here, you plug into the top of that AES, and it takes one of these big old bad boys here. The real arcade games. These, when you go to a 7-Eleven or arcade place, the Neo Geo was famous for having 1 to 4 games you could select from in the cabinet in the arcade machine. Like say you go and it'd have King of Fighters 2000, 2001, 2002, 2000. It'd have 4 games in one. You could switch back and forth. Well, what it was switching between was these carts. Well, as it turns out, these carts are the same as these carts. The only difference is the shell. The shell was converted so that people who own the arcade machines wouldn't go buy the cheaper home carts, because these at the time were selling, were less expensive than these. These were like, so they didn't want to mismatch them because the arcade scene would have lost money. So anyway, so I got the converter and I got it home, buddy, and let me tell you, I bought this collection of all these games separately in one bundle for $400. I got every single King of Fighters, all of them. They're real arcade versions too. King of Fighters 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, even the unofficial stuff. King of Fighters 2003, King of Fighters 2004 Super Special Edition, King of Fighters 10th Anniversary. So I got all these, and I tried them on this, and they all work flawlessly on this. And what this means is, and let me tell you, where this Daedalus converter comes in is the arcade games, they sell cheap. I mean, 100, 200 bucks today. But the AES games are selling for thousands because they're so rare. They didn't sell well back in the day, right? Because they were so expensive. So they didn't get mass produced as much as the arcade cabinet games. So now if you want the complete Metal Slug collection for the AES, you can get it. The real arcade games if you get the converter. And that's awesome. That's why I did it. Buddy old pal, buddy old pal. Let me tell you what else I did. Another reason why I bought this bad boy is for this 161 games in one. This here, my friends, contains every single Metal Slug, including the hacked versions, but the real games too. And it contains all the King of Fighters, including the hacked versions, and the Fatal Furies and all that stuff. View my description, the link in the description box, and I'll tell you every single game I own for the CD and all the games that are on the 161 cart and all these. Absolutely fantastic. So there you have it, folks. There's my Neo Geo collection. I don't know if I left anything out, but here's the controller. The controller's really cool. It's unique. You hear that? It's like a combination Japanese Sanwa arcade stick, but with the knobby on it. The buttons are very good. You know, but every single one of these games used one of these arcade stick. But so let me tell you about the backstory a little bit about this thing continued to make money, make games until like what, 2003? Yeah, the home console did. So yeah, I kept pumping them out, but these here are getting rare, more rare to find. The consoles, and especially box CDZ. This thing sells for like 600 bucks. But you wouldn't believe how much I paid for all these and that combined. Might as well tell you, 1,800 bucks. 1,800 bucks for all these games and this CDZ. All these games right here. The CDZ alone, 1,800 bucks. The AES, 650 bucks. This about 560 bucks. You know, $60, $70 each game. 400 bucks for those games back there. The 161 games in one cart, I think that sold for like $130 for all those games in one. And the MAS arcade stick that I want right now that's for sale, I think it's 250 bucks or 199, something like that. Yeah, this ain't fainted heart. You want this, it's gonna cost you. But like I said, this is the cheap route. What I did was the cheap route because it takes the best of the best. You got the best in the CD, you got the best in the AES, you got the best in the arcade. So I can, if I continue, own all my favorite Neo Geo games. Because if I don't want it for that system, I'll get it for that system. If I don't want it for this system, I'll get it for the arcade system. I get to pick between 3 avenues of the game I want. But one thing's for sure, each avenue, the CD, the arcade, and the AES cartridge system, one thing all of them have in common is they are all the real arcade version. Each game is the real arcade version. It's not dumbed down in any way, and it's not a port. It's a real arcade ROM, it was the real machine. This is the real arcade machines running this stuff. So essentially what I got here is a real arcade, a Neo Geo arcade. So there's lots of good games on there too. You know, the Metal Slugs you gotta have, Samurai Showdowns, King of Fighters, Fatal Furies, World Heroes, you know, and stuff like that. But view the link in the description, and you'll see all the games I got, and I'll just tell you what kind of game it is and all that stuff. But yep, this tip of the iceberg. More to come. See y'all later. Have a good one. Look at the size of the champion. 55 Neo Geo CD games. 55 of them. They're all in mint condition, or brand new. These are all, no matter what, so like, what is it, Stakes Winner, it's a horse race game. Fatal Fury Spirit, I mean not Fatal Fury, but Samurai Spirits, RPG, real good games, but all these here, except this is the soundtrack, King of Fighters 96 soundtrack, special collection, Neo Geo Collection. But anyway, all these are Japanese. Even the converter won't work because these were only released in Japan. I forget what they're called. ADK, Japan only. Mahjong, Stakes Winner, Fatal Fury RPG, another puzzle game. Surgical Mahjong. I wish I knew Japanese. Neo Geo CD special. This came with Neo Geo CD. It's a sampler disc. It has a bunch of games on it and stuff. It's neat. Now we'll get into the meat and potatoes of the deal. Cross Swords. That's a badass game. If you like Mike Tyson's Punch Out or Punch Out, imagine that, but with 24-bit graphics with swords. I got Cross Swords 1 and Cross Swords 2. From there we go to a super rare game. I got the US version, Neo Turf Masters. It's an awesome golf game if you like golf. I don't like golf, but I'll tell you what, I like that one. That one's a real badass game. Puzzle Bobble. Everybody knows Puzzle Bobble. Like it's a puzzle game. Pretty good. Metal Slug 2. Badass games. Love them. CD quality auto. Magician Lord. Excuse the glare. Magician Lord. Gotta have Magician Lord. And then from there we'll go to, I don't know, I forget what this is. Super Sengoku. Oh, Sengoku 2. Sengoku 2, yes, badass. I like the Sengoku games, just like Final Fight. You go through the streets, beat them up and stuff. Sengoku 1, 2, and 3. I only got part 2 though, but I want to get the other ones. Here we have Ninja Action Combat, something. ADK Combat. I don't know what it's called. Cyberlip is an awesome game. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up kind of deal. Top Hunter. Oh, these are like side-scrolling shooters and slash beat 'em up. Top Hunter is a good game. Polestar, that's a rail shooter, side-scrolling shooter. Viewpoint's a shooter, kind of like R-Type and stuff. And Sonic Wings, of course, is like 1942. I got Sonic Wings 1 and Sonic Wings 2. 1942, you remember those games? Oh, I got Sonic Wings 2 and 3. I don't have part 1. Real Bout Fatal Fury. Real Bout Special. World Heroes Perfect. King of Fighters 94, King of Fighters 94, US and Japan, King of Fighters 95, US and Japan, Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, Real Bout Part 1, I want to say Fatal Fury 3, I want to say Fatal Fury, but Real Bout 3, I don't know, maybe Real Bout, but Fatal Fury, I can't read Japan. But Samurai, let's see here. Fatal Fury 96, or King of Fighters 96, US and Japan. King of Fighters 98, King of Fighters 99, King of Fighters 97. Fatal Fury 2, Galaxy Fight, which is like, you know, it's kind of like Fatal Fury and stuff. I want to say Gan, or whatever. It's pretty good. Gan. Those are Fighters History Dynamite. All the Samurai Showdown. I don't know which one that is. But Samurai Showdowns 1 through 4. Last Resort is a badass game. It's like a airplane shooter. Last Hope. And so this is a very rare game. It sells for like $200. Last Hope is a very nice game. Some of these. The Way of the Blade. Oh yeah. Okay. Can't read it, folks. Yeah. Well, whenever I play them in the Neo Geo CD with the see, here's Art of Fighting 2. Here's Art of Fighting Part 1, the collector's edition. It's awesome. Comes with a coin and everything. You bet your butt. Double Dragon, folks. Double Dragon, man. It's a fighter. It's like Street Fighter, Double Dragon. But this ain't your random, regular old Double Dragon. This is a... Remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters? This is kind of like that, but with Double Dragon characters. Street Fighter wannabe. But hey, can't beat it. I mean... And that'll be that. Guess I'll put all these back up now. I wanted to put all the... put them in the list in the comment section, but it wouldn't let me. It said there's too many games or something. It said there's too many texts. But yeah. Alright, see you later. Oh yeah. Well, I have so many games on the Neo Geo CD that, or period. All my games, I usually keep them in a Microsoft Word document to see, show what I got. So it wouldn't let me put them in the comments section how many games I got for Neo Geo CD, so I just figured I'd name them off. King of Fighters 94 for you. These are my Neo Geo CD games. King of Fighters 94, the US version. King of Fighters 95, US version. King of Fighters 96, US version. Real Bout Fatal Fury, US version. Art of Fighting 2, Japanese. Art of Fighting 3, Collector's Edition. Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury 3, Real Bout Fatal Fury, Real Bout 2, The Newcomers, Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, World Heroes Perfect, King of Fighters 94, King of Fighters 95, King of Fighters 96, King of Fighters 96 Collection Special Edition, King of Fighters 97, King of Fighters 98, King of Fighters 99, Samurai Showdown, Samurai Showdown 2, Samurai Showdown 3, Samurai Showdown 4, Samurai Showdown RPG, but it's only Japanese, so I can't play the RPG. The Last Blade 2, those are badass fighters, fighting games. Double Dragon, Galaxy Fight, Fighters History Dynamite, Karno's Revenge, Far East of Eden, Kabuki Clash, Gangan, Aggressors Are Dark Combat, Voltage Fighter, Savage Rain, Metal Slug 2, Cyberlip, Magician Lord, Top Hunter, Sengoku 2, Ninja Combat, Cross Swords 2, Viewpoint, Last Hope, Last Resort, Polestar, Sonic Wings 2, Sonic Wings 3, Neo Turf Masters, US version, Puzzle Bobble, Stakes Winner 2, Neo Geo CD Special, Quest for the Jong Master, Final Romance 2, 80K World. And there you have it.